Hi everyone. I want to go over how to work with signed numbers into the calculator. Whenever you're putting a negative sign, you want to select this button here. It's next to the enter button, it's to the left of the enter button. That's the negative sign. The minus sign or the subtraction sign is not a negative sign. So whenever you want to put in a negative number, we press that button first. Oops, let me go over here. So if I'm working with number 1 here, I have -9 plus -21. Then I am going to press negative. So that's the negative button, -9, plus, and when I enter negative sign numbers into the calculator, I actually don't need to put these parentheses. I know number 1 says -9 plus, open parentheses, -21, close parentheses. But when I put this into the calculator, even though there are parentheses buttons here, I don't need to put in the parentheses. I could just put in -21, because you see how the negative button is a little bit higher than the addition button. So that's the only reason why we add negative numbers when we write out the problems, to not get confused. Because if we don't have the parentheses, it could easily look like there's a subtraction and an addition sign. This problem could look like -9 plus -21. So that's why we have the parentheses to separate it. But when we write it out or punch the numbers in and the signs in into the calculator, we could just put it in without the parentheses. And then once you check your numbers, make sure you have -9 plus -21, then you press enter, and that gives you -30. So that's what we just type into the answer, -30. Let's try a next problem. And whenever I start a new problem, I always make sure to clear so that my answers don't get mixed up. Again, here's the negative sign, -11 minus -11. So remember, minus and the negative sign are different. So I have minus here, I'm going to put -11. You can see how they're different. So the minus sign is right in the middle, the negative sign is a little bit higher on that 11. So what happens when I do -11 minus -11? I actually end up with 0. So I'm going to put that answer in there. Okay, moving on to number 3. Again, I'm going to clear this. I have -3. And when you have two numbers next to each other with just the parentheses separating them, so number 3 is -3, open parentheses, -9, close parentheses, that means the same thing as multiplication. So it's the same thing as -3 times -9. Again, I don't have to put in the parentheses. I press enter. If you want, you could put in the parentheses. So you could put -3, open parentheses, -9, close parentheses, and press enter. And the calculator automatically knows that when you put in these two numbers right next to each other with the parentheses, that means to multiply it. So there's two ways of doing this multiplication problem. -3 times -29, -3 times -9 equals a positive 27. Okay, the last problem is -117 divided by 13. So again, that fraction bar means the same thing as divide. And I press enter. That gives me -9.